Meghan has gone on a massive broadside. She's relaunching herself. So it started off with that ridiculous film of her running around a beach putting 2025 in the sand. My favourite bit was Harry's great big sneaker shoe imprint on the sand next to where she was riding it. So it wasn't very professional. And then she unleashed this. This is her new cooking show. Remind me, I keep getting it. Is it With Love Meghan or Meghan with Love? What's it called?
It's With Love Meghan.
With Love Meghan. Do you believe in tragic, more like? What do you reckon on this, Kinsey? I'll tell you what I think as an experienced television critic. I don't think this show stands a chance. I mean, what's it about? Why on earth do I want to know about, Meghan baking cakes for her mates in California? What's her qualifications for this? We'll put up with it for Nigella Lawson or Martha Stewart, all of these people with a track record. They've got a podium to preach from. They're experienced cooks. They're professional chefs. They know what they're doing when it comes to domestic lifestyle choices. This woman, what does she know? Why on earth? It's like, oh, here's my baked cake for my friend. Look, here's some strawberries. Oh, look, I'm looking for flowers. What on earth is this all about?
Well, I mean, she's the princess of plagiarism. If you look at some of the projects that are featured in the trailer, they're, things you could find on Pinterest right now. The little ladybugs, the tomato ladybugs, things like that. I mean, I'm sorry, but ice cream and strawberries, there's nothing groundbreaking about that.
Ice cream and strawberries? This woman's a genius.
I know.
What a combination.
Gordon Ramsay is going into hiding right now. I can feel it in his bones. You're right. She doesn't have the qualifications. She got this gig because of who she married. I'd also stress that there were a whole lot of white women that watching white women eating ice cream is personally not my jam. And I just don't understand who she is, who her target audience is in her head.
Yeah.
Because what is that?
Exactly what I think, Kinsey. And here's the thing about Meghan. You and I have discussed this before. Her problem, ever since her and Harry appointed themselves, big Hollywood producers of television series, producers of podcasts, we're going to entertain the world. We're going to change the world with our fabulous programs, our entertaining programs. She has no idea what's entertaining. She has no idea what's boring. And I'll tell you what's boring. What's boring is watching a load of beaming, as you say, middle-class white women standing around in a greenhouse, which she pretends is her own house. It's not hers. They're not even filming. She doesn't even have the good sense to film it at her own home. They go and film it somewhere else at another mansion. But she doesn't understand that, oh, look, I made some strawberries and cream and ice cream. Oh, look, I made little ladybirds. She doesn't understand. This stuff is boring. It's deathly dull. That's her problem, isn't it? She has no idea what people want to watch or listen to.
Well, I think that is the problem with you, Kevin, is that you have common sense. I mean, I think that's bigger picture, the issue. But to me, what was so horrible was how frivolous and freaking stupid after America dealt with 2 back-to-back terror attacks in the span of 24 hours. Meghan is going to provide us joy by standing in a florist's, space, picking her favorite color. I'm sorry, but how ignorant are you? Read the room.
Yeah, very, very bad timing. Totally agree. She should have delayed it. Nobody wants to see the promotion of a stupid little cooking show the day after a terrible terrorist atrocity that shocked America, in fact, shocked the world. So terrible, terrible timing. But of course, she wants this series to sort of coincide with the relaunch, if you like, of her ill-fated lifestyle site, American Riviera Orchard, brand, which we know was actually launched back in March, hasn't sold a damn thing yet, has been trapped in, lost in kind of legal wrangling. It's in a complete mess over trademarks and so on and so forth, and copyright and so on. So it's in a mess, but she wants this series to promote that. I don't think anybody's going to watch With Love, Meghan.
Well, we're all, out of morbid curiosity, we might all take a peek at
the first episode, yeah. A bit like a podcast series. The Daily Telegraph over here, their review, the headline on the cooking show was, "What I've always wanted, a lesson from Meghan on freezing an edible flower inside an ice cube." I mean...
Well, and how much did you laugh when the chef said your family now? Because it's like, okay, well, since you guys are family, she's going to change her phone number and never talk to you again. That's not a compliment.
Yeah. And she says that this cookery show is about taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. But enough of Harry. Let's talk about the show itself. She says it's not about perfection, it's about joy. Well, I don't want to see. If I'm going to watch a TV show about cooking and flour, I want it to be perfection. I want it to be something to aim for. Not, oh, it's all right if your cake's rubbish. What is the point of this? I don't get it. She's basically saying, I'm an average cook, nothing special. I'll cook a few things, and it's all about joy. As I say again, I'm going to come back to my theme. This woman hasn't got a clue. She does not know how to entertain people. Why is this entertaining? Why do I want to see her freezing edible flowers in ice cubes? Really? You're not a member of the royal family. You just married into it and took a title. Nobody regards Meghan Markle as royal. If that show, Meghan with Love, fails, and I think it will, there goes American Riviera Orchard. There goes their Netflix contract. There goes all of her showbiz pretensions. This is make or break this in the next couple of months for her, and I say she breaks. The first point, she, as we discussed earlier, suddenly goes back on Instagram just before Christmas, posting that ludicrous video of her being carefree and lovable on the beach. So contrived, so tacky. But going back onto Instagram now, as I recall, her and that lapdog husband of hers, old Ginger, what's his name, Harry, they left social media because they were worried about online harm.
In a swift and pointed response to recent criticisms, media personalities Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan have found themselves under intense scrutiny for their vocal complaints about Meghan Markle's upcoming Netflix documentary. Social media and royal commentators quickly condemned their remarks as unfair and potentially motivated by personal bias, highlighting the ongoing tensions surrounding the Duchess of Sussex's media appearances. The public reaction suggests a growing fatigue with continuous negative commentary about Meghan, with many defending her right to share her narrative through professional media platforms. Notably, the pushback underscores the complex dynamics of public perception and media representation that have consistently surrounded Meghan's post-royal career choices, reflecting a broader conversation about celebrity, personal storytelling, and the boundaries of public critique. Royal commentators in the spotlight: Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan. In the intricate world of royal commentary, Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan have established themselves as prominent voices, offering insights and perspectives on the British royal family. Schofield, a respected royal blogger and commentator, has built a reputation for her detailed analysis and digital media presence, frequently sharing her thoughts on royal dynamics through various platforms. Similarly, Kelvin O'Sullivan has distinguished himself as an author and royal commentator, bringing extensive knowledge and nuanced perspectives to discussions surrounding the monarchy. Both professionals have gained significant attention for their commentary on high-profile royal figures, particularly those involving Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the ongoing narrative of royal relationships and transformations. Royal drama media commentators blast Meghan Markle's anticipated Netflix series. Royal commentators Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan have unleashed sharp criticism against Meghan Markle's upcoming Netflix documentary, asserting that the series is poised to deliver a one-sided narrative, potentially damaging to the British royal family's reputation. The media personalities have vocally expressed concerns that the docuseries will present a selective portrayal of events, suggesting that Markle's perspective might overshadow the broader context of her relationship with the royal institution, thereby potentially causing further strain on the already fragile Windsor family dynamics. Royal media fallout: critics slam pundits' premature Netflix criticism. Critics swiftly pushed back against Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan's preemptive criticism of Meghan Markle's upcoming Netflix documentary, arguing that their commentary appeared largely prejudicial and unfair. Media commentators pointedly noted that condemning a production before its actual release represents a problematic journalistic approach, suggesting the pundits were more interested in generating controversy than offering substantive analysis. By attacking the documentary's potential content without having viewed the actual material, Schofield and O'Sullivan were perceived as perpetuating a pattern of negative narrative building around the Duchess of Sussex, potentially revealing more about their own biases than any genuine critique of the forthcoming project. The royal narrative Meghan's Netflix expose sparks media controversy. In her highly anticipated Netflix documentary series, Meghan Markle has boldly declared her intention to tell the truth about her and Prince Harry's tumultuous royal experiences, signaling a direct and unfiltered approach to sharing their personal narrative. The Duchess of Sussex appears determined to seize control of her own storytelling, providing an unprecedented insider perspective that challenges the often critical media portrayals she has encountered. By creating a platform where she can articulate her own viewpoint, Meghan seems intent on presenting a comprehensive and nuanced account of her journey within the British royal family, effectively countering years of external interpretations and potentially contentious media narratives that have shaped public perception of her royal tenure. The Sussexes' Netflix controversy: a potential royal rift deepens. The imminent Netflix documentary promises to be more than just another media spectacle, potentially inflicting further damage on the already fragile relationship between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the British royal establishment. With each revelation and personal narrative shared, the couple risks widening the chasm of mistrust and resentment that has characterized their tumultuous exit from royal life. Public perception could dramatically shift depending on the documentary's tone and content, potentially garnering sympathy for Meghan's experiences, or alternatively reinforcing existing criticisms about the couple's approach to airing private grievances. The royal family, already navigating a delicate public image, may find themselves once again on the defensive, forced to respond to or silently endure another potentially inflammatory portrayal of their internal dynamics and treatment of the Duchess of Sussex. Royal commentary: the right to opinion in media scrutiny. In the swirling landscape of royal media commentary, Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan's critiques must be understood within the broader context of journalistic freedom and commentary rights. While their perspectives on Meghan's upcoming Netflix show have sparked debate, it remains crucial to recognize that professional commentators are inherently entitled to express their professional interpretations and perspectives. These media personalities, who have built careers analyzing royal dynamics, should not be summarily dismissed for offering critical viewpoints, even when those perspectives might challenge prevailing narratives or provoke uncomfortable discussions about public figures. Their role as royal observers inherently includes the responsibility to provide nuanced, sometimes controversial commentary that stimulates public discourse and offers alternative interpretations of royal events and media representations. The shadow of bias: media criticism of Meghan Markle's Netflix project. The mounting critique of Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan's commentary on Meghan Markle's upcoming Netflix documentary has sparked intense debate about journalistic objectivity and potential personal prejudices. While both commentators have been vocal in their analysis, some media critics argue that their perspectives appear less rooted in balanced reporting and more in a predetermined narrative that seems skeptical of the Duchess of Sussex. The underlying questions emerging from this discourse center on whether Schofield and O'Sullivan are genuinely offering impartial insights, or if their commentary is inadvertently colored by personal biases that have characterized much of the contemporary media landscape surrounding the royal family's most controversial member. This scrutiny of their approach highlights the delicate balance between legitimate critique and potentially unfair characterization, raising important considerations about the responsibility of media personalities when discussing public figures who have consistently found themselves at the center of complex and often contentious narratives. Royal documentaries, a critical lens on Meghan and media narratives. Drawing stark parallels to previous royal documentary endeavors, the Harry and Meghan show emerges within a contentious landscape of media scrutiny, similar to past controversial royal exposés. Comparisons inevitably surface with projects like Diana, in her own words, and the Diana interview, which similarly challenged traditional royal communication protocols and provoked intense public debate about narrative control and personal vulnerability. While critics like Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan argue that Meghan's upcoming Netflix project risks further fracturing the royal family's delicate public image, industry observers note that this documentary potentially represents a more nuanced approach than earlier, more sensationalistic royal media ventures. The underlying question remains whether this production will offer a balanced perspective or continue the pattern of public contestation that has characterized the Sussexes' media interactions since their high-profile royal departure, ultimately testing the boundaries between personal storytelling and institutional reputation management. Royal drama escalates, media pundits spark fresh controversy over Meghan's Netflix narrative. As the anticipation builds for Meghan and Harry's latest Netflix project, the media landscape remains charged with speculation and critique, particularly from vocal commentators like Kinsey Schofield and Kelvin O'Sullivan. Their pointed criticisms seem poised to reignite the ongoing narrative tension between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the traditional royal media ecosystem, signaling that the upcoming documentary series will likely trigger another round of intense public discourse and potentially widen the already significant rift between the couple and their most vociferous detractors. The persistent cycle of accusation, defense, and media analysis suggests that this forthcoming production will not merely be a documentary, but another battleground in the complex and highly publicized saga of Harry and Meghan's very public separation from the British royal family.